be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.
What's the deal? What's going on, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Thursday. Hope you all are doing well. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. Pull up a seat. I hope you enjoyed the content. And before we get into this food, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and go ahead and tap that bell while you're at it so you're notified anytime I drop a brand new video, go live, or schedule a premiere. All right, y'all. So today we have a cheesy chili sweet potato. That's what we got. We got a baked sweet potato. I got some chili in here. I have some sour cream. I got some cheese, some green onions. Now the sour cream done melted down, but it's still bomb. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Ooh, y'all see that? Bringing it real close to you. Ooh, ooh, let's get busy. I'm excited about this. Oh, let me get y'all the first bite, cause I feel like I ain't been hooking y'all up lately, and that's my bad. That's my bad, y'all. Ooh, it's still hot. Get that first bite to you. I know like a lot going on, but I promise you ain't nothing but flavor up in there. Yes, that's so good. I need some sweet potato. The next time, that was all chili. Some sweet potato for y'all. Some sour cream, chili. Got the cheese. Ooh, that's good. This stuff falling out, that's fine. Now let me tell y'all, guess who made the chili? Auntie Niecy. I had to give her a shout out, y'all, because this is the third meal that she done made this year. So shout out to you, Mom, for cooking this fire chili. It's good. It's real good. We just had chili by itself for dinner last night, and it was so good. I was like, I'm putting this in my video. So this is a turkey chili, a ground turkey chili. And also one of the secret things she has in here is a smoked turkey leg. She had a turkey leg, cooked it. Wait, is it a smoked turkey leg? Whatever, anyway, a turkey leg. She cooked it down. It was falling off the bone. She added it to the chili. Delicious. So I got some big turkey pieces in here. Now, Ange, if you're watching, I'm sorry. That's my spiritual advisor. Told me to scale back on meat. Well, stop eating it, but clearly I'm still eating it, so. It was too good not to eat. And Mom made it, so. She made a special appearance in the kitchen, so I had to have what she cooked. So, but I have been doing better by not eating as much meat. I've been doing better with that. Woo! It's like I want to take my time because I don't want it to be over. I feel like I ain't seen y'all in a long time. How y'all doing? How's the week been? It's been a great week. It's been a great morning so far. Woke up, did my meditation, set my intentions for the day, did my exercise. I done exercise and everything, y'all. So today been a good day. I got a lot of good energy, high energy, and I'm ready to just be productive. I got so much stuff to do. So this is so good. This is way too good. It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Side note, y'all. I just want to say, if anybody missed it, my podcast is back. I have a podcast called Rhondas Rehab. It is back. I am going to be dropping episodes every Wednesday. So an episode came out yesterday. It is about self-love. So please check it out. It is Rhondas Rehab. The link is below in the description. You can listen to it at Apple, Spotify, Google, all those platforms as well. So, but you can also click on the link below and see where else you can listen to it. Mom really did that with this chili though. She did that. She did. So as y'all can see from the title, shout out to the members, okay? I gave the members a couple of options for what the next story time should be, because I'm still working on the story time series, and they selected this. So shout out to the members for choosing this. So as you can see from the title, I'm going to tell you guys about my experience dating during COVID. Dating during COVID. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it did. All right, so I really thought for the most part that I was gonna be just single, not dating, doing anything at all this year. I thought that I was just gonna, work on myself, work on my company, work on my YouTube stuff, work on my filmmaking, just stay busy, but again, working on myself, doing the things that I enjoy, and just spending time by myself, you know what I'm saying, like working on me. And I don't know, I mean, I can't really make that call. It don't really work like that. That's not how it's always written. So that's how I thought the year was gonna go. But then I want to say like around June, I felt like I was like in a place where I had released a lot of things, and I had dealt with a lot of things. I forgave myself for a lot of stuff, and I really felt ready for something else, something to potentially, and also I had healed enough, because I think that healing is an ongoing process, but I felt like I had healed from enough things that would allow me to, spend time with someone, like romantically. So I was like, all right, where do I start? I mean, I haven't dated in years. So again, shout out to the members. I had posted some pictures on the member tab or whatever, the member community wall, and you guys helped me. They helped me pick out profile pictures or pictures to add on a dating app, because I thought about going a dating app route. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this too. I've had my reservations about dating because of COVID as well, because it's like, it's a little, I feel a little like, that don't seem like a good idea. But I was like, you know what? I feel like I was being led to actually do this. Like, go for it, Rhonda. Everything will be fine. So I'm like, all right. And y'all know how I feel about dating strangers. I've never really dated a complete stranger before. So it was just a lot of things to consider, you know what I'm saying? So I downloaded a couple of apps, I think Bumble, Hinge, and maybe 2 other apps as well. Y'all, I didn't last on them apps no time. I don't even know that I had any of the apps for a whole day. Because by the time you pick your pictures, you answer the questions, you do your settings and all that stuff, like, I felt overwhelmed and I felt really, really anxious. And I didn't like that feeling. And then I was going through people's profiles, and I was like, it just didn't feel right. Like, I don't know why I just felt like I wouldn't be able to connect with somebody, or that it would take a really long time to kind of see where things are going or see what a person's head is. I don't know. That's just how I felt. I ain't even talked to nobody on the app, honestly, because I deleted them. Every app that I downloaded, I deleted it within the same day, y'all. So I'm like, all right, cool. So let's go ahead and rule out online dating. That's not gonna work. Because I'm like, I just don't like I don't like it. I don't like the process. I was swiping in the wrong direction for stuff, and I'm like, this is too much. So I'm like, okay. And I will say this too, is that while setting up the profiles, it asks you, asking you about people, if you want them local. Are you open to longer distances? And I'm like, do I want to date long distance? And I really felt like that was a good idea for me to be open to long distance, because I feel like I would be limiting myself by just saying California. Because I've seen people like around me, like that I've met on social media, where they have these partnerships where they've been together for years, and a big chunk of their relationship was like separate. I mean, I'm talking far, far, far from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, even one girl that I know, her now wife lived in a whole other country. You know what I'm saying? So, and they made it work. So I was like, all right, let me be a little more open-minded, and I can give me maybe more options, more things to choose, more women to choose from, right? So I was like, all right, cool. So I did decide that I was going to date long distance on the app, right? That's the one thing I did take from the dating app. The dating app helped me expand and be open-minded to women, just not in California. So cool. So I let the apps go. Then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just meet somebody out and about. But I'm like, okay, it's COVID. I don't go nowhere really. So other than the grocery store, I mean, I guess you could meet somebody in the grocery store, but not likely. So I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I'm not really sure. So I met a couple of women, ended up being on Instagram, where I got a couple of messages, and it was their approach, because I get messages all the time, but I think that people have a very, like, I don't know, the approach just, I don't know. I don't know, it just felt like for a lot of people, the way that they were saying things to me in my DM, I just felt like it wouldn't go anywhere, because the approach was so aggressive. You know what I'm saying? That it's kind of like, where is this gonna go? You know? And I think for me, it gotta be something special about that first message, or the way that you are wording certain things, or whatever that kind of draws me in and make me even want to engage like that, honestly. So I talked to a couple of women, got to know each other, but we weren't dating. I had met a woman that was in Boston. We talked for a little while, but didn't really go anywhere, you know. Then there was a woman that was in, she was in like the DMV area. And, you know, I had been following her for a while though, like even before I started YouTube. So seeing her online and stuff like that wasn't really any different. But she seemed like a real cool person. She always had. And one night I was asking her opinion about something, and I was taking a long time to type. So she was like, hey, why don't you just give me a call? And I'm like, okay. So I called her and we talked for like 3 hours, 4 hours. Easy. Just a super easy conversation. And I'm like, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I think she's a beautiful woman. She's gorgeous. But still, besides that, I'm like, wow, like we had a really great conversation. For people who are total strangers, first time talking on the phone, I was like, okay, cool. So a couple of days go by, and I remember thinking like, I want to hit her back, like, but y'all, like, I'm really bad when it comes to like talking to women. I'm horrible. Like, I'm not the type to approach you. It's bad. So I'm like, do I text her? Do I just call her? Like, what do I do? You know, right? And around this time, I saw Steph and Tasha for their anniversary. So I'm asking them. I'm trying to get them to coach me through this, y'all. It was a lot. So anyways, as I'm overthinking all of this, this woman ends up texting me in the middle of all of this. And I was like, oh my gosh, she beat me to it. Cool. So it made, like, I guess hearing from her made me feel like there was some interest, right? So we ended up talking, and we talked, 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 okay? We talked for about, I don't know, 6-7 hours. And it was just, I'm like, yo, like, man, this is what's up. Like, she communicated well. She had great questions. And I was like, okay, cool. And see, for me, I'm the kind of person, I only want to date one person at a time. I don't date multiple people at once. That's not for me. That just seems really overwhelming, especially with women. For whatever, it just, I don't know, it's just too much. So we hanging out. A week goes by, and we're talking so much. So I'm like, yo, like, let's go out on a date. And of course, it's a virtual date. And we have a great first virtual date. We're on Zoom. We're on it for like 8 hours talking, and we just completely hit it off. So a couple of weeks go by. You know, she takes me out on a date. I take her out on a date. And by the way, side note, y'all, it's some really creative things you could do virtually. Seriously. I mean, whether your person lives really far from you in your state, or they live in another state altogether, it's some really cool things. Like, we've done wine tasting together. We've tasted Korean snacks together. We've watched a movie together. We done did an adult coloring book together. We've done Airbnb experiences where we cooked together with the chef that was we made paella with the chef that was in Spain. So there are a ton of things that could be done. So it was just a lot of effort being put into our dates. And I was like, yo, this is going well. But then I realized that, you know, we just kind of had different dating styles. You know what I'm saying? We kind of wanted different things. And I didn't want too much time to go on, you know, without addressing that. You know what I'm saying? So we pretty much kind of called our dating quits. We called the dating between us quits. And I was bummed, y'all. I was so bummed because I was having such a good time. But it is really important for you to self-advocate for yourself and speak up and talk about your needs and set boundaries and all that kind of stuff, right? Because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you are upset at somebody for something that works for them, but it may not work for you. You get what I'm saying? So it's really good to be vocal. That's one thing I learned for sure. So it was a really uncomfortable conversation, but it had to be done. So we stopped dating. So I'm back around. And now, like, I'm just lurking and looking around. It's just like, okay, I just want to be open, you know, because I prayed about it. You know, like I said, I felt like God was telling me to go date, go try it, go for it. So I felt like that I was still making the right decision by making myself open. All right, y'all. So, you know, I'm back to it. I'm still cool on apps. None of my friends tried to hook me up. I don't even know if my friends knew I was dating. Maybe some of them did. Yeah. Maybe some of them did, but it wasn't like nobody. I mean, my friends weren't trying to hook me up or nothing like that. So I'm just kind of going with the flow at this point. Again, back to Instagram. I talked to a woman in Houston. I met 2 women in Houston, actually. So I'm just meeting people at this point, but it's nothing serious. I'm not dating anybody. The only person I really dated was a woman in the DMV area. And, you know, I don't know, y'all. I was just kind of chilling. I was just kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to ride the rest of the year out. Let's try again next year. And I'm not going to lie to you. I couldn't stop thinking about the young lady in the DMV area because we had such a good connection. I was like, you know, the thing that, you know, between her and I that was a little different, wasn't a deal breaker. You get what I'm saying? So I have been thinking about it. I'm not even gonna lie. I have been thinking about her a lot. And I was like, dang. I hope we get a chance to kind of circle back around and maybe revisit, you know, her and I and see if we can get back to dating or something like that. But since I'm the one that kind of ended things, I didn't want to tuck my tail and look crazy. So I didn't say nothing. I was just kind of hoping that it would be like kind of like a by fate kind of thing. It would happen by fate. So what ends up happening is that me and her are cool. You know, we still would talk on social media. The young lady in the DMV area. We would still talk on social media, like, you know, stories, you know, respond to posts and stuff like that. But it was cool. We weren't communicating like that, like we were before, of course, right? You know, but it was still cool. So she shared some good news with me, and I was excited for her. I had some good things going on as well. And I remember we had the celebration on Zoom. I invited her to celebrate our wins. I was like, let's celebrate. And we did. And that conversation really just changed everything between us, honestly, you know. After I talked to her, and we had that night where we celebrated, we were drinking, doing karaoke. That next morning, it was just heavy in my spirit. Like, you should invite her to your screening. You know, we had our screening for our documentary in LA in October. It was like, you should invite her. And I did. She said, yeah. So now I'm like, oh, she coming to LA? Ooh, like, it's getting real. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, I think the biggest thing was like, you want to make sure you have chemistry with somebody. You don't want to feel like that. You don't want to feel like things are flat between y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want there to be an attraction. So, and besides that too, I knew she was going to be fun. She is fun because I have a lot of fun with her on Zoom. So I'm like, all right, cool. So things should be cool in person. And fast forward to the screening. Some of y'all, some of y'all noticed her when we were on Shay Snacks Live. So some of y'all, you know, was asking about her. And also too, when I was on my own live, a lot of y'all were like, who is that? Who is that in the background? What's going on? Who is your friend? Who was that? Who was that? So she came to LA. We had a great time. We hit it off immediately. We had great chemistry together. And I will tell you this too, because I know some of y'all are probably like, how you gonna meet somebody? And what about COVID and all that stuff? We both got COVID tested, you guys. We both got COVID tests. Just because we were going to be in close proximity to each other, you know, so we wanted to make sure that we both were healthy, and we were. So just so y'all know. And it was just a great job. We had a great time. She stayed here for about like 5 or 6 days. Ended up extending her trip, and we had the time of our lives. We did. It was basically felt like we were quarantined in a hotel because a lot of stuff in LA was closed. So we was creating games, doing activities, singing, dancing, watching movies, like doing all kind of stuff, y'all. So I had a really great time with her. And you know, I really felt like that. I'm like, this feel like it's it. This feel like it's it. I'm like, so much for dating. I feel like, you know, even though we hadn't talked about being exclusive at that point, it felt like we were exclusive, like once she left. And yeah, so we made things official, you know. So we made things official a couple weeks ago, and I don't know, it's just been a good experience. It has, you know. I'm glad that, you know, I was able to find somebody that I have a good chemistry with and compatibility and stuff, because that's really important. I really feel like being more mindful of chemistry and compatibility this time around made me realize a lot of things about people real fast. Number one, because I feel like I could tell pretty quickly, like, if we're gonna be a good fit or not. And for the most part, I mean, I'm not saying I didn't have chemistry with other people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we were cool, but I didn't really feel like that, you know what I'm saying? So, but with her, I did feel like we had that, and I'm glad that, you know, we were able to get to know each other and, you know, and be able to enter into a relationship, because I think that's ultimately what you want when you're dating, right? Well, most people, well, you might be dating just to hang out and get your feet wet, I don't know, but my intentions were to be in a relationship, and I don't know. So far so good, y'all. So far so good. It's pretty new, but it's been a great experience so far. It has. We are so similar, her and I. So similar, like, it's crazy. I'm an Aquarius, she's a Gemini, and if you know anything about the chemistry between those two signs, it's crazy. We just get along well. We talk about anything under the sun. It's a very healthy relationship. We have a friendship. There's empathy, there's compassion, there's support, there's just a lot of things. Like, I can go down the whole list. I don't have anything negative to say at all, honestly. So, you know, y'all pray for the, y'all send me some good vibes for the relationship, you know. It feels great, it does. And I don't know, I guess more than anything, it's just that this experience just made me realize how important it is to just be open, you know, because again, I had my mind made up like, oh, I'm not gonna date this year, like, I'm just gonna chill all of 2020, that's it. But, you know, I did the work that needed to be done, and which was not easy. And you know, God kind of was sending me some reminders like, hey, you know, be open to putting yourself out there. So yeah, that's kind of what my dating experience has been like during COVID. I would have never thought, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I never really saw it coming, because I mean, in the beginning of the year when I was kind of like settling into like being single and all of that, then when COVID hit, I was like, oh, this is a mess. Like, I'm definitely gonna be single for the whole year. But, you know, sometimes it's already written. Well, it is already written, not even sometimes, it's already written. So things worked out the way that they were supposed to. So hope y'all enjoyed that, me talking about my experience. If you guys are dating during COVID, what are some things you've experienced, or do you have like your own reservations about dating right now? And I can totally understand if you do, for sure. So, but I'm glad that I did, and I'm glad that it worked out the way that it did, for real. Like, I'm super happy, y'all, super duper happy. So that's it, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and get up out of here and get back to this day, because there's so much to do. I hope you guys make the best of the day. Be good to yourself. Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.